since we are
That's what's
talking about government policies, and like in last 5 minutes with like government word was coming like every so I just want to talk the politics of climate change. So if you see like uh, the moment Donald Trump got elected, he pulled US out of the Paris Agreement. Right? So if you see in US, because the reason I'm talking about US is their policies affect the entire world. So, and it's not just the politics of US, it's common most of the places in countries. These politicians are bankrolled by these petrochemical companies, right?
exactly.
We want them not to pass laws that will affect their income. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the first thing of so I'll give you 2-3 points and then you can talk on that. That's the first thing, that these people are funded by these petrochemical companies. So these politicians will take that those many efforts to hurt these people. The second part is countries like us, right, who are in the developing countries. These countries say that look, our first priority is to help the poor, right?
Yeah.
So in order to do that, if you want to set up a factory, we'll set up it, because our first initiative is to bring economic prosperity to our country, and then we'll think about the climate change. So I think people have completely misunderstood the economy of climate change, right? How climate change actually affects the poor, because it's like counter interactive. Like what I have understand from this entire thing is that whenever there is a flood, the first house that will be flooded by will be a house of a poor farmer or some poor people who are slum just on the verge of the bank of the river, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It gets flooded, the water doesn't go in the homes of those rich people who lives in those tallest buildings, right? It goes into the house of the poor people. So climate change affects poor people the most. So if you want to help those poor people, you should do these things first, right? So those are the things I want you to elaborate a little bit more on, the politics of climate change that's happening. People will only protest help, because protests are happening all over the world, right? Whenever we see something in danger, we name a day after it. So we have Earth Day, we have Environment Day. we do see protests on those days, but will that affect to change the political will, or we need something else? And second part is the economic. How we should convey people that if you want to help the poor, you really need to save the environment.
Exactly. So if I'm being like brutally honest, I am the last person to get involved in any sort of politics. So I keep myself away from the political agenda basically completely. I know a few things here and there, and obviously US politics is like a very big thing because it keeps coming in news all the time. And yes, it was a big thing that Donald Trump pulled out of the Paris Agreement at that time, because of the pressure that he had on companies. Not pressure per se, I would say, but basically it's like you said, it's an economic benefit that they get from these petrochemical companies, like all big companies like BP or Shell or whatever, whoever they are. So these companies basically are able to, they create this kind of pressure on the political parties, or basically they try and put pressure on the governmental agenda so that there is more and more being filled up in their pockets. And this is again in turn related to the media that covers all of these things. So if you see in US, why you find so many climate deniers, not just in the upper hierarchy, also in public.
Like there are people who just flat out deny climate change, like there is no climate change.
Yeah.
And there are second people who say there is climate change, but it's not man-made.
I know. There are so many different aspects to it, that there are people who deny the science of climate change. There are people who deny the economics of climate change. And then there are people who are just like, yeah, this is basically just a political agenda. This is, people are just, the government is trying to track us, which is why they have created this concept. This is very weird. I mean, people, if you are on Facebook or if you are on any other social media, basically, if you have a Google account, if you have any other social media account, you're basically being tracked. I mean, this is not news anymore. All of your information is out there. Everybody knows it. Just by creating a few things like these, or by putting up that climate change is real, does not mean that people are trying to track you. This is a very weird concept that I came across, that people keep saying, oh no, the government wants to keep tabs on me. That's why they've created all these different climate change policies and blah, blah, blah. That's why they're trying to tamper with my house also. I'm like, no, that's crazy. You can't say that. And basically there are people who just flat out deny science. There's a lot of times, especially if you observe in the US, there's a lot of times religious views being involved in this. So people usually deny the science of climate change because they are more religious per se. I'm not going to name anything or anyone over here, but basically that's what happens. If you're blinded by the whole religious agenda of it, you're not able to see the science behind it. There are science deniers, basically people who do not believe in science in the first place.
I don't know where did you came across this thing. There are people in US who thinks Earth is flat.
Yeah, they do, and they're very strongly believe.
Convention and all that for those flat Earth people.
Yeah, that it's crazy. I mean, the extent people will go to make their point, it's crazy. And you'll especially see this in the Western countries because they have the privilege to do all of these things. We, on the other hand, don't think so much about it. So, like I said again, so the religious views are like one big factor. Secondly, there's economy again. So people trying to say that, they're trying to take money from us, or, basically these so and so other countries are trying to take money from our country, which is why they're trying to put this whole climate change thing. A lot of policies from the Paris Agreement or the Kyoto Protocol that came in to deal with climate change basically had the developed countries helping the developing nations overcome their own emissions. So they basically invested their money in those countries and made sure that their emissions were balanced. So there's this whole science behind it. A lot of people basically did not agree with that either. They're taking money from our country. Oh, what is this? So, a lot of reasons why people do not believe in climate change. Media plays a huge role in this. So whatever the media portrays, people just tend to believe that that is true. And this is where it comes in picture. So when we were talking about the picture of a polar bear standing on a little block of ice, it basically just instills in your mind, oh, this is something bad that's happening. And why that image is so effective is basically it connects to some emotional part of your mind. So basically media and the climate imagery that is being used out there creates a huge difference. And like this, how people use this positive imagery, there are also a lot of people, a lot of basically media houses that use negative imagery as well. So whatever they use, and there might be a lot of political organizations behind that, but whatever imagery that they use is basically used to distract people from the fact that climate change is real, and put in their minds that, oh, this is not something that you need to worry about or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And people are very easily influenced. Media basically rules us. So whatever we see in the news, we believe that it's true. And we should. I mean, for that very reason, media needs to be ethical, isn't it? But at many times it's not. That's why it's really important what sort of imagery is being projected in front of us as well. So we need to make sure that whatever information is being fed to us is also authentic. I don't know what ways are now there to find out what information is authentic, because everything's a mess. But yeah,
like media is the root of all evil, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Problems are there because of this media.